Hello guys, welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. I am your educator Praveen Mishra and we are going to discuss the most burning topic of the day today. So it's the image what you are watching on your screen is about Justice Yashwant Varma, who has been alleged of bribery and corruption. So what is the whole news? Right now, the government has stated that they are on the will or having the will now to start the removal or the impeachment procedure of the judge. Okay. So what is the whole news? Let us discuss firstly the news. 2 months back, actually 2.5 months back from here, exactly on 14th of March this year, 2025, Justice Yashwant Varma, who was serving at that time into the Delhi High Court, his official residence was, one room that is the outhouse of his official residence, saw some smoke, some, fire was broke out there. So the moment the fire news got alarmed, immediately the fire brigade was called, and the fire brigade entered the house, the outhouse, that is the outroom basically. What they found that hundreds and thousands of notes, they were actually getting burnt. Not the whole notes were burnt, but yes, some of them were burnt, some of them were totally burnt, some partially burnt, and some were, still saved. So after that, it was clear that Justice Varma is involved in some sort of corruption and has taken huge sum of money in the name of bribe, right? Following this, an internal inquiry was established by the former Chief Justice of India, Mr. Khanna. And the report was submitted just 2 days back, just 2 days before the former Chief Justice's retirement. That is, Sanjeev Khanna retired on 14th of May, and the report was submitted nearly on 11th on 12th of May by the Internal House Inquiry. Right. And now, after the Internal House Inquiry report, it is now the time for the government to take the action and start the removal or basically the impeachment procedure of the corrupt judge. See, people like him, with all due respect to the judiciary, but people like him, they are the black spots to the justice system in India. We go to the judiciary with just one thought in the mind, or with just one aspiration, with just one hope, that is, the justice will be served there. And think about the lords of justice sitting inside. If they are corrupt, then where will the justice go? Where will the welfare state go? Well, we're not talking about utopia. That's not possible. Utopia can't be made, right? But what can be made is a welfare state. But if we have such people with such incidences, how are we going to assure the welfare state to us? Right? So basically, what's the news? Cash at residence. Government likely to bring impeachment motion against Justice Varma. Right? So if we go ahead with the further of the news, move comes after the three-member judges panel found credence in allegations, and then CJI Khanna, the then Chief Justice of India, Sanjeev Khanna, recommended the impeachment. But before that, let's understand the whole procedure and the news once again. On 3rd of May, a three-member panel set up by the former Chief Justice, found the credence in the allegations of the ward of the currencies at the official residence of Justice Varma. They submitted the report, and now the new Chief Justice, Mr. B.R. Gavai, will be taking the cognizant action now. Well, actually has taken the cognizant action and has now recommended to the government to start the impeachment or the removal proceedings. Right. So remember, the fire broke out at his official residence exactly on 14th of March. Right. Okay. So now the next big thing here. Who were the persons? How many persons were basically involved? And what is the agenda for our discussion? What is actually the internal house inquiry or the in-house inquiry? And what is the difference between in-house inquiry and the impeachment or removal procedure of the judge? So remember, guys, these are the two things. These are not the common things. These are basically two different things. That is the in-house inquiry as well as the removal or the impeachment motion, right? So as of now, Justice Khanna was having, or Justice Varma was having, the in-house inquiry against him. And now this in-house inquiry, the report has been finally submitted, and the report has stated that yes, it was a very grave, misconduct. It was a type of a very grave, type of a crime that was committed by the aforesaid judge, so-called judge, and now the impeachment shall be, started. So who conducts the in-house inquiry? Obviously, it is the panel which is established by the Chief Justice of India, with three persons in it: two chief justices of any high courts and one judge of any high court again. So we will have the whole discussion of the particular procedures, that is in-house inquiry as well as the impeachment. But first of all, let's just see the names who were involved. So Chief Justice of India, the former Chief Justice of India, Mr. Khanna, appointed two Chief Justices of High Courts and one judge of a High Court. So the first Chief Justice was Mr. Nagu, okay, Sheel Nagu actually, who was the Chief Justice, who is actually the Chief Justice of the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Then we have got Justice G.S. Sandhawalia, okay, who is also the Chief Justice of the High Court of Himachal Pradesh. Then we have got Justice Anu Sivaraman, who is the Judge of the High Court of Karnataka. So guys, remember, two Chief Justices you can see. So here is the Chief Justice and here is the Chief Justice and here is just the judge. So internal house inquiry or the in-house inquiry comprises three members. Okay, what are these three members? Two Chief Justices of any high court randomly, okay, and one judge of any high court randomly. So in the case of Justice Varma's in-house inquiry, two Chief Justices, one from Punjab and Haryana High Court, one from Himachal High Court, and one judge from the Karnataka High Court, right? So from where did this in-house inquiry evolve? Did we had this in-house inquiry concept since the very beginning of our constitution? Answer is no. The in-house inquiry evolved only in the year 1999 through a case, as you can see the name of the case or the reference of the case, C. Ravichandran Iyer versus Justice A.M. Bhattacharjee case, 1995. So after this case, guys, please remember the name of the case. The in-house inquiry started with one case. What is the name of the case? The name of the case is C. Ravichandran Iyer versus Justice A.M. Bhattacharjee case, 1995. After this case, okay, we found that there is a big loophole in our judiciary. And what is that loophole? We do not have proper provision for the misconduct of judges. Okay, yes, finally we can remove them. But what if there are some minor issues, minor incidences, minor mistakes committed by on purpose or maybe mistakenly by the judges? So does that mean we directly impeach them? Shouldn't we be having any kind of an in-house or internal inquiry that punishes the judges, that provides the punishment to the judges, but not specifically the removal, right? So the case reference is C. Ravichandran Iyer versus Justice A.M. Bhattacharjee, 1995. Okay. After this, in the year 1997, a 5-member committee was proposed. Okay, and they provided their report in the 1998 itself, and finally from 1999, okay, the Supreme Court started the concept of in-house inquiry. Okay, remember guys, before 1999 there was no concept of in-house inquiry, but after the C. Ravichandran Iyer versus A.M. Bhattacharjee, Justice A.M. Bhattacharjee case of 1995, okay, Supreme Court established a 5-member committee, okay, in 1997 to investigate whether do we need any in-house inquiry or not. So the committee submitted its report, and from 1999 onwards, we have got the concept of in-house inquiry, right? Case reference, once again, C. Ravichandran Iyer versus A.M. Bhattacharjee, Justice A.M. Bhattacharjee, right? So now, what is the procedure? Right? So guys, the procedure is very, very important. The in-house inquiry process begins when a complaint against a judge is received either by the Chief Justice of India, either by the High Court Chief Justice, okay, or maybe even the President of India. So if there is any judge and a complaint is filed against the judge, complaint to either the Chief Justice of India, either to the Chief Justice of the concerned High Court, or even to the President of India, then in that case, okay, the in-house inquiry shall start. And remember, it need not originate from Parliament. Okay, remember, it need not originate from Parliament. Okay, for in-house inquiry we are talking about. Okay, so once the complaint has been received, okay, so if found credible, the CJI may ask the concerned High Court Chief Justice to conduct a preliminary inquiry. Okay, once the complaint has been received, and if the complaint is found to be suitable, that is on the bona fide grounds, that is credible, then the Chief Justice of India will direct the concerned High Court Chief Justice to conduct a preliminary inquiry. Further, based on this report, if deeper investigation is needed, then CJI, okay, Chief Justice of India, will constitute a 3-member committee. So 2 Chief Justices and 1 High Court judge. So in the case of Justice Yashwant Varma, what has happened? That, the preliminary inquiry was done by the Delhi High Court Chief Justice, okay, and Delhi High Court Chief Justice then further stated this thing to Chief Justice of India, and then Chief Justice of India, further established a 3-member inquiry or the in-house committee again. Who were these 3 members? So these were the 2 Chief Justices, 1 Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court, another Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court, and 1 judge of the Karnataka High Court. So the 3 members should be 2 Chief Justices of any random High Court and 1 judge of any random High Court. Okay. Then next, the committee conducts the inquiry while ensuring natural justice is being allowed. Okay, that means the judge is having the authority to respond to the case, okay, to respond into the investigation. The final report shall be submitted to whom? To the CJI again, and the CJI must state whether the allegations are substantiated and if the warrant of removal is needed as well. So now basically the procedure. Let's understand the procedure. The complaint shall be received by either Chief Justice of India, by Chief Justice of the High Court, or maybe by the President as well. So if the report is found to be credible, okay, if the complaint is found to be valid in nature, then a preliminary investigation shall be conducted. By whom? Shall be conducted by the CJI? No, by CJI's advice, okay. The High Court of the concerned, the Chief Justice of the concerned High Court shall investigate the preliminary inquiry, basically, right? After the preliminary inquiry, okay, if needed only, then Chief Justice of India, okay, will establish a 3-member in-house inquiry committee. And 3 members once again should be 2 Chief Justices of random any High Courts and 1 judge of any random High Court. Now, once these 3 people, that is this inquiry committee, has submitted its report, now it will be seen as per the report, as per the findings, as per the investigation, whether the mistake or the crime was too grave or not. In case it was a smaller level, then a proper warning shall be given, a proper audit and the warning shall be done against the judge, okay, and shall be left. Now, if the particular action found it to be grave in nature, found it to be serious in nature, okay, then the judge may be asked to retire, may resign, or may to call off his or her duties, and then further impeachment procedure might start as well. Okay, so if the misconduct is minor, okay, so the judge may be warned or advised, okay, and the report shall be kept confidential. In record, but shall be kept confidential, as in the report will never be made public. Okay, shall be kept confidential, okay, but in record, confidential, as in the report will never be made public. Okay, now, if serious misconduct is established, then the judge may be asked either to resign or may retire early, whatever is possible. Then, upon refusal, let's say the judge refuses that no, I won't resign or I won't retire, whatever. So, upon refusal, the judge may be relieved of judicial duties, and if necessary, the CJI may recommend the impeachment. And this time, what judge has done, what CJI has done, CJI has recommended now the impeachment of so-called Justice Yashwant Varma. Gravely and bravely corrupt, right? In Hindi it is said, phrase is given, okay, ek to chori upar se seena chori, right? So now what is the difference between basically the in-house inquiry as well as the removal procedure? Okay, so when we talk about the in-house inquiry, So obviously, in-house inquiry started only in the year 1999. Once again, the name reference, okay, what is that? Justice A.M. Bhattacharya versus C. Ravichandran Iyer, 1995. 1997, a 5-member inquiry committee, basically a 5-member committee was established by Supreme Court to check whether the internal house inquiry is needed or not. So the committee submitted its report in 1999. The in-house inquiry or the internal house inquiry started. Okay, so it is not a constitutional thing, it is just a judicial activism. Right now, talking about the constitutional provisions, as per Article 124, Clause 4, and as per Article 218, it is mentioned by the Constitution that in case of any proven misbehavior or the miscapacity or the incapacity, basically, the judge can be removed. So remember, guys, when it comes to the in-house inquiry, so judicial misconduct is taken into the consideration. But when it comes to the removal, okay, the grounds are clear. 2 grounds. What are the grounds of removal? It is the proven misbehavior, or if not proven misbehavior, then the incapacity. Incapacity as in any type of mental illness or physical illness out of which the judge is now not able to perform his or her duties. Any sort of mental or physical illness. This is what basically the removal procedures grounds are. Okay. Now, initiated by, so obviously we have discussed that in-house inquiry is initiated by CJI, okay, or maybe the High Court Chief Justice, or either maybe by the President. Okay, but the impeachment, it is totally a parliamentary procedure. So it starts in the parliament by the members of parliament, right? Then process type, so it is internal. In-house inquiry, obviously internal, kept confidential, okay, and kept in record but confidential. But when it comes to removal, okay, so parliamentary and public process, okay, it is done parliamentary in nature, and apart from that, yes, it is not kept confidential, everything is kept public. Okay, then next thing, outcome. The in-house inquiry might provide the advice, okay, that you don't do this, might provide the warning that you dare not do this, or recommendation for the resignation or retirement. But the removal under Article 124 Clause 4 for the Supreme Court judges and 218 for the High Court judges, it shall be immediately asking for removal. Okay, that is tata bye-bye. Now, when we talk about the role of Parliament in the in-house inquiry, Parliament is totally not involved in the in-house inquiry. As what we have seen, judges, 2 chief justices of randomly high courts, any high courts, and 1 judge of randomly any high court. Right? So here, obviously, the whole Parliament is involved, and at least 2/3 of the majority is needed. That is basically a special majority is needed. Okay, for the sake of removal or the impeachment of any judge. Okay, then transparency, when we talk about the in-house inquiry, once again, totally confidential, but impeachment, that is, it is totally public. Okay, everything is made public. Final authority in the in-house inquiry, it is the Chief Justice of India, and President, it will be the final authority, okay, in the removal procedure. Right, guys? So remember, this is all with regard to the in-house inquiry. Now, before we proceed to the final thing, it's important for us to have a proper summary of it, right? So understand what is the logic. When it comes to the removal of judges, okay? Remember, we are not talking about the in-house inquiry. We are talking about the removal of the judges, okay? So what are the things to be taken care of? As per, okay, under Article 124 Clause 4 for Supreme Court judges and under Article 218 for High Court judges. Okay, what is the procedure? The procedure is not that complex, okay, but bit technical. The removal procedure could initiate either in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. Okay, either in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. Let's say it initiates in Lok Sabha, then needs the proposal by at least 100 members. Here it needs the proposal by at least 50 members. In case of Lok Sabha, after the 100 members have signed the removal procedure, it shall be given to the Speaker. Okay. In case of Rajya Sabha, it shall be given to the chairperson. Remember one thing. The Speaker and the chairperson, they have the absolute discretionary power here, whether to accept the removal motion or whether to not. So, Speaker has got absolute authority whether to accept or may be to reject. So does the Rajya Sabha chairperson has. Chairperson can reject and can accept the same, right? Totally discretionary power it is. They do not have to consult with anyone. So let's say they have accepted. In case of Lok Sabha, Speaker has accepted, or let's say it initiated in Rajya Sabha, so the chairperson has accepted. Now the next thing, okay, the next step. Firstly, once again, the 3-member, okay, what will have? The 3-member inquiry committee shall have. Okay, so it shall be obviously inducting judges only, right? So those 3-member inquiry committee once again shall be formed here. Remember, once again. Now, after the investigation by the 3-member inquiry committee, right, the report shall be filed in front of the Parliament, right? Then Parliament independently from both the houses, that is Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, shall pass independently, okay, by 2/3 majority, what we call it as a special majority, right? This is what the basic logic is with regard to the removal procedure. But the in-house inquiry is a bit different, okay? It is what, once again, initiated for the first time in 1999. Then the complaint to be given to the Chief Justice of India, Chief Justice of the concerned High Court, or maybe the President of India as well. After the report has been given, the complaint has been received. Once again, a 3-member inquiry committee shall be here. 2 Chief Justices of randomly any High Courts. Then 1 judge, once again randomly any High Court. Okay, they will submit their report. Okay, if the report says the particular act was very grave, very much serious in nature, okay, then the judiciary might recommend the removal or the impeachment motion to the Parliament. Or in case, if it is found that no, the mistake was not that serious, the crime was not that serious, okay, so the judge may be just given an advice or a warning. But remember, if it is an in-house inquiry, all of the report, all of the audits, all of the investigations, all of the inquiries shall be kept confidential. It will be made public only when the further step is involved, as in simply when the removal procedure has started, or else it won't. Okay guys, so this is it with regard to the in-house inquiry and the removal procedure differences. I hope everything is clear. If you still have any doubts, please do let us know into the comment section. Surely we shall take the comment into the consideration in the very next session we have. Okay guys, and before ending, please remember you need to hit the subscribe button of the StudyIQ IAS English channel. You know the importance of the channel in your journey of UPSC CSE very well. So hit the subscribe button so that you never miss any update from the channel. And apart from that, if you wish to connect with me on any platform, so we can connect on 2 platforms. Okay, on Instagram you can search me with the username Praveen Mishra _2107. Okay, and on Telegram for all the PDFs, class notes, etc. Okay, you can join my channel that is named as study_with_Praveen. So guys, all the class PDFs, notes, etc. I do share on this particular channel on Telegram basically. So just join it. And apart from that, for any such discussion, you can ping me on my Instagram as well. That is Praveen Mishra _2107. But yes, before going, do hit the subscribe button and never miss an update from the channel. Okay guys, so this is it. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon in the next session. Bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.